Alexander Volkanovski was unable to come through on his bid to become a two-weight UFC champion when he suffered a very competitive and close unanimous decision loss to Islam Makhachev in the main event of UFC 284. This was a great fight, an incredible showing from Volkanovski. He definitely did a lot of positive things in that fight, especially in the fifth round when he was able to drop Makhachev and nearly finish it, but ran out of time, ran out of rounds, and ultimately the work from the champion Makhachev earlier in the fight was what made the difference and got him the nod. Volkanovski tweeting a few hours after the fight when he had watched the tape, watched it back, he thought he won the fight round 2, round 3, round 5. I think maybe he has a case there. Round 2, in my opinion, the swing round, depending on how you score that one, I think that ultimately decides the fights. I think the other 4 rounds were split between them there. So I understand why he would want to run that back and why he feels that he deserves that rematch, but I don't think they're going to be wanting to rebook that right now, at least, and hold up 2 weight classes again to do this champion versus champion fight. So Volkanovski likely headed back to 145 pounds, and you look right there, the man he is going to fight won just a few minutes earlier to his bout with Yair Rodriguez, getting the second round submission of Josh Emmett. Just a brilliant performance to win the interim featherweight title, and we have a clear matchup between these two in the queue now. It just depends when, where is it going to happen. Volkanovski probably wants it to be in Australia again. The UFC rumored to be coming back there later this year. Rodriguez making a push post-fight for it to happen in Mexico. I'm sure he would love that, and that would be a hell of a scene as well. We'll see which direction the UFC opts to go, and I think it happens sometime in these next coming months, and I think that is a very compelling fight at this point. If you are Yair Rodriguez, maybe you look at the fact that Volkanovski just had his 22 fight winning streak brought to an end. Maybe he has a little bit of concerns, self-doubts. Of course, losing to Makhachev, nothing to be ashamed of, but he does not know the experience of defeat very often. It's been over 10 years since Volkanovski lost a fight. Who knows how he ultimately ends up dealing with this, especially feeling that he did win. And Rodriguez is as dangerous as an opponent as it gets for him to come back to. We know the striking ability. We've now seen with his first submission in the UFC off his back with the triangle, how dangerous he can be in the grappling department too. This is a fight Volkanovski has to be extremely careful in going in there and making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. Rodriguez is super dangerous with the speed and just all the dynamic, diverse striking he has at his disposal. So I think that is going to be a big-time title unifier, a very compelling matchup from a stylistic perspective. And Volkanovski, despite falling short against Makhachev, does not have any easier fights ahead for him to rebound. So we will see the UFC featherweight titles unified sometime this year. I am 100% certain in that. It's just a matter of getting the details pinned down to make this happen.